Hello everyone! Today I will share to you an image for the flower thief. Chapter 1. Where are we going, Grandpa? asked Ben. I don't want to tell you until we arrive, said Grandpa with a smile, but you'll like it. We are going to see some of the most amazing living things in the world. Ben and Rosie's friends, Max and Alice, were in the van too. They were all feeling excited. Where was Grandpa taking them? A new place with lots of amazing animals? Plum stopped the van. We are here, he said. The children looked out the window. They were at the city's garden. Really? Said Max. So we are not going to see any animals today? Or amazing places? asked Ben. We are going to see some amazing plants, said Grandpa. This week, there are some very strange and interesting plants inside the glass houses. They are called orchids. After that, we can look at the flower garden outside. Grandpa looked at the sign next to a gate, and then he looked at his watch. Oh dear, he said, the gardens are going to close soon. He thought for a minute. We don't have time to do both things. Who wants to come to see orchids with me? I do, said Alice. Me too, said Rosie. Plum, you can show the gardens to the boy, said Grandpa. Max didn't look very excited. Don't you like flowers? asked Plum. They're okay, said Max. They're better than okay, said Plum. Follow me. He started to go to the van again. Where are we going? asked Ben. He pointed at a sign. We have to walk that way to our gardens. When we are not going to walk, but Clung laughed. We are going to fly. Chapter 2. Plum pushed button and the van got smaller and smaller. Wind grew from it. We are little as a bee, said Plum. Pushed another button, and now we are the same color as bee too. Yellow and black. Great, said Ben. Let's go. Plum began to fly the van to the gardens. Because the van was so little, the flowers in the garden looked big and strange to the boy. There are so many different shapes and colors, said Ben. Plum flew the van close to a beautiful butterfly on a flower. What's it doing? asked Max. It's bringing sweet nectar inside the flower, said Plum. Wow, said Ben. Ben pointed at another insect that was flying past them. Look, that bee like those yellow and blue flowers. Different insects and birds get nectar from different flowers, explained Plum. Bees usually like ones that smell sweet. Then they take the nectar back to the hive and make honey with it. I love honey, said Max. The bee left the flower and started to fly away. It's going back to the hive, said Plum. Perhaps it's going to tell the other bee about these flowers. How can it do that? asked Max. I know, said Ben. This is a kind of dance with the hive. In the hive, the pattern of the dance tells another bees where to find the right flowers. Wow, said Max. Grandpa was right. Flowers are amazing. Chapter 3. Grandpa, Rosie and Alice were in one of the big glass houses. It's hot in there, said Rosie. It has got to be hot, said Grandpa. All these plants come from places that are warmer than our country. Alice pointed at a sign. The orchids are that way, she said. Grandpa looked at his watch again. Fantastic! We still have a few minutes to see them before the garden closes. when they arrived at the orchard room, a man stopped them at the door. "I'm sorry," he said, "you can't come in here." He looked very unhappy. Grandpa read the man's name on his badge. "What's wrong, Dr. Lee?" he asked. Dr. Lee was a scientist who looked after the plants in the gardens. Grandpa quickly explained that he was a scientist too. "Can we help?" he said. Grandpa and the girls followed Dr. Lee into the orchard room. "Look at this," said Dr. Lee. He pointed at a small hole in the soil. "This morning there was an orchard there. There were some other holes in the soil too. Some of the orchids were growing on these our plants," said Dr. Lee. "They've gone too. Someone has stolen them." "Really?" said Rosie. "Are there people who want to steal flowers?" "Yes," said Dr. Lee. "There are very small of these orchids in the world, so people can sell them for a lot of money." Grandpa was studying one of the holes. "The thief only took this a few minutes ago," he said. "If we are quick, perhaps we can catch him." Chapter 4. Dr. Lee, Grandpa and the girls ran outside quickly. The gardens were going to close soon, and most of the people were already walking to the gate. Alice pointed to them. "One of those people is probably the thief," she said. "But which one? I might be in any of them." "You're right," said Dr. Lee unhappily. "We can't stop everyone." Suddenly, Rosie's cell phone rang. It was Ben. He started to tell her all about the bees and flowers. But Rosie stopped him. She explained quickly about the flower thief. "How can we help?" asked Ben. "I don't think that you can," said Rosie. But then she smiled. "Excuse me, Dr. Lee," she said. "Do you bees like any of orchids that have gone?" "Yes," answered Dr. Lee. "There's one orchid that has a strong smell that bees love." "Why do you ask?" Rosie smiled. "I have an idea," she said. Then she spoke into the phone again. "Listen carefully, Ben." When he put down his cell phone, Ben said, "Go online, please, Clung. We need to move more about that bee dance." A few minutes later, Clung was flying went fast. "Be careful," shouted Max. "You're going to hit that hive." "We are not going to hit it," said Ben. "We are going inside it." "Why?" asked Max. "We have to do our bee dance with the right pattern," explained Ben. "Then the bees will go the way that we want." Clung flew the van into the dark hive. Chapter 5. A few minutes later, the van came out of the hive. The boys watched as a few bees started to fly out too. "I hope that they understood our dance," said Ben. "We want them to fly to the gate." Dr. Lee, Grandpa, and the girls were watching too. "Look," said Alice. "They are flying close to the man with the green bag." "They can smell something in that bag," said Rosie. The man was trying to hit the bee away with one hand. He did not see that Dr. Lee was looking for him. "Excuse me," Dr. Lee said. "Please, can we look inside your bag?" The man started to run to the gate, but the bee was still all around him. He fell over and dropped his bag. The bag opened on the ground. "Look," said Rosie. "He has all the orchids in his bag." 2 police officers arrived quickly. The thief was going to sell the orchids online, one of them explained. As the police officer took the thief away, Dr. Lee looked the orchids back to their room in the glass house. "It must put these back in the ground," he said. "And quickly. They'll all be okay." "We help you," said Grandpa. They all walked to the glass houses. When the van was big again, Benny Max ran to see the others. "How can I thank you all?" said Dr. Lee. He took some money out of his pocket. "I know. Please come and have something to eat in our cafe." In the cafe, Max pointed at one plate and smiled.